Everyone, council met in closed session at 6 p.m. and I will now look to the clerk to provide the report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So council did meet in open session at 6 p.m. to pass a motion to go into closed session. Council received information and provided confidential direction to staff and our township solicitor on a potential disposition of land matter, and a procedural vote was taken to adopt previous closed session minutes.
Thank you. I'll now ask everyone to please stand for the national anthem. We would like to begin this meeting by acknowledging that the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe and the Haudenosaunee peoples, acknowledging the One Bowl and Spoon Treaty. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest tonight? Seeing none. Okay, please note that these meeting proceedings are being broadcast live, recorded, and made available through the township website and youtube.com. Fire Prevention Week is observed each year during the week of October 9th. This year's Fire Prevention Week campaign is Cooking Safety Starts With You. Pay attention to fire prevention, which works to educate everyone about simple but important actions they can take to keep themselves and those around them safe when cooking. For more Fire Prevention Week information or for other fire and life safety information, please visit the township's social media or website. Also, Wainfleet Fire and Emergency Services is currently recruiting for firefighters at the Central and Swoop stations, fire stations. The deadline to apply is this coming Friday. Recruitment and the application information can be found at the township's website or social media page. The region will be considering a report tomorrow night, October 11th, regarding regional shared services opportunities. Wainfleet and Port Colborne councils will be meeting next week to consider a memorandum of understanding and receive some education and training on shared services in municipal settings. The Niagara Transit Commission meets next Tuesday, October 17th at 3 p.m. Regional Council meets Thursday the 19th at 6:30. The NPCA Board meets Friday the 20th at 9 a.m. On Sunday, October 22nd, 2023, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., Green Tech is hosting a hazardous waste collection at the township. More details will be shared on our website and socials. Our next regular meeting will be held Wednesday, November 1st at 7 p.m. Are there any announcements or remarks from members of council? Okay, seeing none, moving on to the adoption of previous minutes. Are there any comments or corrections for the draft minutes from the regular meeting of council held September 19th, 2023? Seeing none, I have a motion that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held September 19th be adopted as circulated. Can I get a mover and a seconder? Councilor McClellan, Councilor Anderson, any discussion? All in favor? That is carried. Okay, moving on to delegations. Tonight we have Carol Ann Shaw here to make a presentation to council requesting speed bumps on Bellevue Beach Road. Ms. Shaw, please make your way to the podium, and you will have 10 minutes to make a presentation.
Thank you. My name's Carol Ann Shaw. I live on Bellevue Beach Road, and I'm a new person here to the area in the last couple of years. I've gotten to know my neighbors very well, and in conversations over last summer and this summer, it's always come up that we have a problem with people speeding on our street. At the moment, we are having extensive work done in the ditches, because I think everybody knows how much we actually flood down the bottom of that road. So we are very happy that this is happening. They will also be putting in new roads, new surfaces, and so on. So during a conversation about a month ago, it was said, why don't we try to get speed bumps or something of the kind? as I don't have kids and don't have grandkids, and everyone else does, and they're very busy, I took it upon myself to try to help the situation. I was given a petition, and I was very grateful for the help from Mr. Nunn here. So I took it around and I spoke to the people, and I got 90% of the people on the street. The other 10%, the houses are empty, so it's a little difficult to get any response from those. What we would like, and I spoke to all the people pretty much, is speed bumps. We have, within a vicinity, and you said the white button, if you take a look up here, press on it. This is my house where I live right here. Can you see that? This is Hill Avenue. I hope I'm getting that correct. And this is Beach Road. In this vicinity here, we have 14 children between the ages of 2 and 13. This is exactly the spot where the school bus stops. We have 2 children, which now make 16, and they walk along Hill Avenue to go home. We have children that come from the top of our street to play with these children around my house and around their homes. We have people walking on the street. A lovely lady, she's 80 years old, she walks 3 times a day and puts me to shame. Seriously, with her little dog, and she does at least a mile each time, and she comes down Bellevue Beach and goes down Hill Avenue. The speed of some of the cars that are coming down our road is shocking. It is an end road. There's nowhere else to go. And what people, and I have heard from other people, on Beach Road, they start speeding there, they speed around the corner, and then they go up Bellevue Beach. They'd also do the same from Hill Avenue, and they also speed from Lakeshore down Bellevue Beach. We have a lot of people who are walking, cycling. Now it's going to be a new road, rollerblading, children playing hockey, and so on and so forth. These are permanent residents. So the reason we are asking for permanent speed bumps is because people are there permanently. And if you've got a flashy car with a low undercarriage and you go over that bump too fast, too bad, basically. I wasn't sure whether I should say this, but what is more important, the body and undercarriage of a car or the body and the bones of a human being that gets knocked over by someone who is going too fast? The speed bumps they have for the summer are no good. We're here year-round. They don't work. You take them up in the fall, who's going to, stop them from speeding, November to right the way through till April? And those ones that you stick up in the ground, one of the neighbors said, actually, when I go through the ones on Lakeshore, they're like a challenge. Should I zip through it and see if I can hit it? Yeah, he was joking. But the ones on Lakeshore are actually in the front of a house of a good friend of mine, and she said they're frequently replaced because people do exactly that. Because they have big trucks and they zip through them, and either the sides of the vehicle or the mirrors hit them, and they get replaced frequently. So I hope I haven't gone over my 10 minutes. I hope I've brought up pretty much everything. Do you have any questions for me? Because I did get quite a few questions and answers from the neighbors.
Thank you, Ms. Shaw. Are there any comments or questions? Councilor McClellan?
Through you, Mr. Mayor. So, Mr. Shaw, you said you had about...
It's Ms. Shaw, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
You said that you had about 90% of the people that signed this. So these are 2 basically dead-end streets. So they're your neighbors.
This,
So the same people that,
sorry, the 90% is just on Bellevue Beach, not the rest of the roads. This is just
It's-
Bellevue Beach.
it's your own neighbors that are speeding.
Yes?
Can't you guys talk to your neighbors? Like, speed bumps,
These people that are speeding are not on our street.
well, they gotta be coming down there for a reason. 'cause
They're
you just
coming
don't drive
down
down a
from-
dead-end street and turn around and drive back out.
There are all the signatures here which were presented to you from people and residents on Bellevue Beach Road, which is a long road.
I know what it is.
The people who are doing the speeding are coming off of Hill Avenue and Beach Road, a lot of them. And then we get a lot of people coming down just to look at the lake and then zip straight back up again. It is not the people that live on our street that's doing the speeding. And I can guarantee that because I live at the bottom of the street and I would know if my neighbors were doing the speeding, but they're not. And they're the 90% that have signed this.
Okay. Follow up? So-
Sorry, did you have another question?
No, this is to Mr. Nair. So the speed bumps that I know work really, really well are on Hay Street in Pelham. They'll tear the bottom of your car out. I don't know if you put them on, if these 90% next year are gonna be coming in and asking us to take them out.
I swear, these are the only people on the street. These are all the houses. The rest are vacant.
I know, but I
Excuse
know
me,
what's
Ms. Shaw?
on Hay Street. My
Sorry, I
daughter
beg your
lives
pardon.
there.
Sorry, his question is directed to Mr. Nan, so we'll let Mr. Nan speak.
Okay, I beg your pardon.
Through your worship, I can't speak to what is happening in Pelham. I know they've revamped it twice, the design, because there was some issues around one of the corners. But it's possible that they can be removed or requested to be removed due to other circumstances.
No, if they go in, I don't want them removed. We're only paying for this once. So if they go there, they're staying there. That's what I'm getting at, right? We don't want, well, we want them this year and next year we don't want them because they tore the bottom out of my Mercedes and, like, we can't do that. It's one or the other. So we'll count on you for a report.
May I ask a question, please, to
Sure.
you? These, like I say, are...
Ms. Shaw?
Sorry?
You have to keep quorum, so when you ask a question, you just have to refer to it through you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, may I
Yes,
ask a
right?
question?
Yeah, you have to always refer through.
Sorry, I
through
beg
me
your pardon.
first. Thank you.
I haven't done this before.
That's okay. It's my first year, well,
Oh.
almost into my second, so, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, may I ask a question, please? Thank you. The people that have signed this petition, I can guarantee you they will not be coming back next year. They would not have signed this petition if they were going to fight it again next year. The people that may fight it will be the ones who have a problem with it, which will be the ones on Hill and be the ones on Beach Road. But they shouldn't be speeding anyway.
Exactly.
And that's, these children, I mean, they're so close to that intersection.
I understand.
If you're a grandfather or a father, this was your road,
Listen, I'm
you'd
the
fight
oldest of
for
9.
it.
I have children and grandchildren. I understand all about this, but I also know human nature, and you do one thing and then 4 months later, not even 4 months, a month after you do it, they're all in there telling you should rip it out, and the town just doesn't have the money to do that.
They are replacing the roads right now,
I-
and it could be done very quickly while they're doing the work.
I understand that. It costs money, even though it's very quickly. That's an extra to the contractor.
Well, what I would like to know then is why did the town last year spend thousands of dollars in putting a culvert in front of my house, and now they're ripping a brand-new
Hey,
culvert
Ms.
out
Shaw,
of...
we're getting off topic.
Yeah, but he
no,
just
that's not how-
mentioned
But that's
money.
not how that's not how council works. You
Okay.
can't just stray from it. So is there any other comments, questions from any other members of council? Councilor Gilmore?
Yes, sir.
No, I'm just going to talk to the mayor for a
Oh,
minute.
sorry.
I would recommend that we refer this to staff, get a report, and then we can deal with it further from there.
Very good. Okay, so then I will have a motion on the floor to refer this back to staff. Can I get a seconder? Councilor McClellan? Okay, any other further discussion? Seeing none, everybody all in favor? And that's carried. Thank you, Ms. Shaw. So this
May I
will go
ask
back
a-
to our staff, and then staff will come back with a report as to what the best feasibility, whether it's a good option or not, right? Based on, they'll have to do some studies. Mr. Nan, maybe you want to speak to that real quick?
May I ask how long? Because the roads are being done in the
Will-
next, sorry.
Well, Bellevue's, that's a different
They're
portion
having
of
it
Bellevue.
done right now.
We'll let Mr. Nan speak to it.
Through your worship, similar to safety zones, et cetera, we're going to be looking for some data for that road to see if we have any current data or any data that we will require to provide council with a proper education on the systems. And then we'll bring that to council for the report as soon as we can.
Thank you,
May
Ms.
I
Nan.
ask one more question?
Sure.
Is this not data enough, human beings telling you that we have a problem, instead of spending time when the job could just be done?
It's not a simple answer like that, right? The decision has to be made by studies done. Just a petition is not enough. When somebody brings a petition, we take that very seriously, but then we ask our staff to look into it to find out if it's actually a good option, right? We're not saying no to it. We are just merely saying that we will have staff look into it, because it's not something we as council have the information right before us right now at this very minute. So we have to have staff, we have to make educated decisions, right? Obviously, we care about what everybody is concerned with. We just want to make sure that we make the best decision for everyone. That's all.
I want to say thank you for listening to me respectfully, all of you. And if I was coming on a little strong, it's because I care about my neighbors and I care about the kids on my street. And everybody seems to think this is a good option. So forgive me if I came on a little too strong, it's because I care. Okay, thank you
problem at
very
all.
much.
No problem at all.
Thank
Can
you.
I go?
Oh, yeah. You're good. All right, so now we're moving on to the consent agenda. We have 4 items listed on our consent agenda this evening. Those items are A, the memorandum respecting the proposed budget timeline, B, the memorandum respecting the appointment of the STR bylaw enforcement officer, C, the DSR 011/2023 respecting the Newhouse Drain engineering report update, D, the memorandum respecting the consolidated South Wainfleet Drain number 10 Court of Revision minutes and bylaw. Are there any items that council wishes to be removed from the consent agenda for discussion? Seeing none? Okay, so I have a motion that the following items be received and that the recommendations contained therein be approved and acted upon. A, the memorandum respecting proposed budget timeline. B, the memorandum respecting the appointment of the STR bylaw enforcement officer. C, DSR 011/2023, respecting the Newhouse Drain engineering report update. D, the memorandum respecting consolidated South Wainfleet Drain number 10, Court of Revision, minutes and bylaw. Can I have a mover and a seconder? Councilor McClellan? Councilor Gilmore? Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? And that is carried. Moving on to staff reports and recommendations. ASR 010/2023, respecting the 2024 council meeting schedule. Ms. Kirkham, would you please give us a brief overview of your report?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you to all of council. The report in front of you this evening is for council to confirm the 2024 council meeting schedule. In keeping with council's procedure bylaw, we tried to keep the 3-week rotation on Tuesdays. With the exception of July and August. So we have proposed one meeting in July and then take a recess in August. Council can hold a special meeting if there are any items of business that need attention at that time. And the other item to note would be that staff are proposing that the start time of the council meetings begin at 6:30 p.m. instead of 7. Thank you.
Thank you. So I have a motion that the Administrative Staff Report ASR 010-2023 respecting the 2024 council meeting schedule be received, and that the 2024 council meeting schedule outlined in the report be confirmed and adopted, and that the council approve a new council meeting schedule start time of 6:30 p.m. And amend the council procedural bylaw accordingly. Can I get a mover and a seconder? Councilor Van Vliet, Councilor McClellan. Any discussion? Councilor McClellan, go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, I don't mind council starting at 6:30, but then closed sessions will end up afterwards, because by 5:30, I'm still on my way home from
Agreed.
work. So, right, we got a lot of retired guys here, people that doesn't, but it affects me, so.
It could very well affect me on certain days
Yeah.
too, depending on my day. That's okay?
Yep.
Yep. All right, any other discussion? Seeing none, so I'll call the question. All in favor? Opposed, and that is carried. Councilor Gilmore, you want to make a motion?
Thank you, Mayor. Just while we're on schedule, we talked a little bit about the December 12th meeting, which is the CAO's allegedly last meeting, unless he changes his mind. Unfortunately, I have to now be away in the States that day, so I would like to attend in person, so I'm hoping that we could agree to move it to the day before on Monday, if that's acceptable to everyone else.
I have no problems with that.
So I'll make a motion, if that's okay, to move the day to the 11th, if that's...
All right, can I get a seconder? Councilor Van Vliet, any other discussion? All in favor? All right, and that's carried. Good. Okay, we're going to move on to the review of correspondence. Niagara Region C 2023-346, recommendations from the Renfrew County Inquest and Declaration of Intimate Partner Violence as an Epidemic and Declaration of Intimate Partner Violence as an epidemic. So I have a motion that the correspondence item number C 2023-346 from the Niagara Region respecting the Renfrew County Inquest and Declaration of Intimate Partner Violence as an Epidemic and Declaration of Intimate Partner Violence as an Epidemic be received, and that council endorse the Declaration of Intimate Partner Violence and Gender-Based Violence as an Epidemic. Can I get a mover and a seconder? Councilor McCollum, Councilor Anderson, any discussion? Seeing none, I will call a question. All in favor? Opposed, and that is carried. Are there any items of correspondence that the members of council... Oh, why do I have that in there? Sorry, my script didn't make sense for a second. So moving on to bylaws, I have a motion that bylaw number is... Oh. All right. Sorry, I was wrong. Mayor corrected me. Okay. Are there any items of correspondence that members of council would like to pull for consideration? Seeing none? Okay. So we're going to go back to bylaws now. I have a motion that bylaw number 033-2023 being a bylaw to provide for drainage works for the Consolidated South Wainfleet Drain, number 10, pursuant to Section 78 of the Drainage Act, be given a third and final reading this 10th day of October 2023. Can I have a mover and a seconder? Councilor McClellan, Councilor Gilmore, are there any discussion? Seeing none, I will call the question. All in favor? Opposed, and that is carried. Okay, gotcha. All right. Just give me, so I don't forget. Okay. Okay, so I now have a motion that bylaw number 038-2023 being a bylaw to appoint a municipal bylaw enforcement officer for the corporation of the Township of Wainfleet be read and passed this 10th day of October 2023. Can I have a mover and a seconder? Councilor McClellan, Councilor Gilmore, any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. Okay, and now I'll move to William. He has a comment.
Mr. Mayor, through you to council, with the passage of bylaw 038-2023, the appointment of a municipal bylaw enforcement officer for the township, I wonder if I could look to our manager of community and development services to provide some information to council.
Certainly, and thank you. Through you, Mr. Mayor. Our township's new STR licensing and bylaw enforcement officer, Mr. Corey Gutine, began his employment with the township on September 25th. He has been undergoing a very fulsome orientation to the township's bylaws and enforcement protocols. He is getting together the packages to get up on the website shortly to open up applications for the short-term rental licensing for 2024 season. I would welcome Mr. Corey Gutine today as he is joining us to meet council. Congratulations.
Thank you. All right, welcome to the team. Moving on to notices of motions. Are there any notices of motion from members of council? Seeing none, we have no more closed meetings. So we're going to move on to the bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council. So I have a motion that the bylaw number 039-2023, being a bylaw to adopt, ratify, and confirm the actions of the council at its meeting held on the 10th day of October 2023, be read and passed this 10th day of October 2023. Can I have a mover and a seconder? Councilor McClellan? Councilor Anderson? Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. There being no further business, the meeting is now adjourned. Thanks, everybody.